Happy New Year, everyone. I hope this new year brings you lots of joy, prosperity, and good things coming your way. On today's menu, I'm beginning with the end in mind. So, as I'm beginning with the end in mind, I'm thinking of how I want the product to be at the end, which is flavorful and tender. And so the spices that I'm using all contribute to that. The tenderness of the meat, the burst of flavor, all contribute to this lamb stew that is just going to be amazing. Now, I'm not saying how much I'm adding to the lamb pieces here. I am just going with my eyes, going with what the ancestors said is good. So I put until it's good enough. After tasting the meat in the middle of cooking, midway during the cooking, I realized that I needed more salt, so I added a half a teaspoon more. Here, grate a thumb-sized piece of ginger. The ginger is going to give it a nice flavor, and it is also going to help in tenderizing the lamb. Ensure that the spices are properly coated all over the meat. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Get in there, give it a good rub. Add 5 cloves of garlic, or maybe 6. Add some onions. I added more onions afterwards because I realized that wasn't enough. Add some oil to your lamb. This will help the spices to infuse even better. And leave it to marinate for about 3 to 4 hours. After allowing your meat to marinate, add to the pan cardamom and star anise and allow that to toast for 3 to 4 minutes. Then add your meat. Notice that there's no oil in the base of the pan. The meat will produce its own juices once it's being cooked. After 30 minutes, check the meat to see the progress. Notice that some of the meat has a nice sear, but not every one of them. So turn the pieces over to have an even sear. And check it out. Look at all the juices that it has produced all on its own. Look at the tenderness of those onions. Wow. Now that everything is pretty much evenly seared, add your carrots. And if you don't have carrots, you can use potatoes or turnips. Here is where you can also add your dates. I started off with 5 but ended up using 7 dates. Here you're going to add some boiling water to allow everything to simmer well together. And look at the color of that meat. Everything is evenly cooked and blended well together. It is time to plate. I've added the meat to the plate and now I am adding the rice. The recipe for the rice will be in the upcoming video. Wow. The outcome was just what I wanted. The meat was tender, it was flavorful, and the addition of the dates added an unusual sweetness that just cannot be matched. Magnificently tender. I need to go deal with this in private.